Hello, traders. FX Pip Collector here. Today is Saturday, April 6th, and this is my video I like to do every Saturday that kind of goes through all the pairs right here. Every single one of these pairs we go through on the daily time frame. I like to let you guys know what direction I'm looking for trades in, what direction I will be looking to get in on shorter time frames. Now, every single thing on this list right here, which includes all the major Forex pairs, including gold, silver, oil, natural gas, the S&P 500, and Bitcoin, I do analyze every single day for my premium members. If anybody is interested in becoming a premium member, the website for the premium membership is fxpipcollector.com. With the premium membership, you get access to these London live streams that I do every single weekday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 90 minutes long, starting at 7:30. And I also, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I do a 90-minute live stream or a 90-minute Zoom meeting starting at 1 p.m. UK time. So these meetings right here, I do look for trades live. I analyze every single pair on that list that I just showed you, and we will take trades together live in the group. The membership is only $30 a month, which is the lowest I've ever offered my membership, but I do offer every single swing trade that I enter at the time of entry. I do let people in the group know that I entered a trade. I give people my stop loss. As far as take profit goes, I don't really use take profits because I'm not a big fan of limiting my profits. Now, the $30 membership also comes with a free trading course with the membership, which is located here on my website. It comes with all these live trading sessions that I just showed you, all the Zoom meetings, 9 of them are per week. It also has a ton of educational information on Discord and access to all the private members only Discord channels. So if you are interested in that, like I said, the website is fxpipcollector.com, which will be linked at the end of this video and in the description. So let's get to it right away. So I'm going to start at the bottom, work my way all the way up to the dollar pairs. The most popular pairs are probably the dollar pairs, so we're going to do those last. So anyways, starting with Bitcoin. I personally think Bitcoin is very, very clearly in a wave 3 right now, and the fact that we got some pretty significant lower highs tells me that the wave 3 very likely is over. I think most likely we are going down for a wave 4. To me, this looks like an A, this looks like a B. Now, with Bitcoin, you never really know. I mean, it could just keep on trending up, especially with the way Bitcoin has been going. But I still think it is more likely that it's going to go down to about the $55,000 area to make a wave 4 before it actually goes up again to make a big wave 5. So I would personally be looking for shorts in a downtrend on shorter time frames. The S&P 500 is kind of similar in a way, honestly, because I think that this is a big wave 1, a big wave 2, and I think we're still in a wave 3. This is a subdivision of a wave 3. I think this is a 1 of 3, 2 of 3, 3 of 3, and we're probably in a wave 4 of 3 right now. Whether or not the wave 4 is over, I don't really think it is. We don't have an engulfing move to the upside, so it may actually go down more. To me, it would make more sense if it went down to about the $5,000 area, because that's a nice round number to finish off a wave 4, and then probably back up again for a wave 5. So unless this actually makes a big engulfing move to the upside on Monday or Sunday, then I would actually probably still be looking for shorts on shorter time frames trading this wave 4. So let's keep going. Let's go to natural gas. Natural gas, I think, could be getting close to making a pretty significant turn. This big impulsive move up we had last week, I was almost thinking was the end, but really, so far, it's actually rejecting structure. So I think that my original thoughts that this was going to go down and take out this low was actually probably correct. I think it probably is going to go down more to finish off a wave 5. And then once this wave 5 is over, not only is it probably going to sweep these highs, but over the course of the coming weeks and maybe months, it's probably even going to go up and sweep the high of wave 4, because this should be the end of a 5-way pattern on like the weekly and the monthly time frame once the wave 5 is complete. Which I don't really see it complete yet, so we probably are going to continue to look for shorts on shorter time frames. So, oil. Man, oil is turning into a big, big move to the upside. I still have it labeled as an ABCDE, but if you actually take it up to the weekly time frame, I'm actually starting to believe that this is not correct. I think this is a wave A. I think this is an A of B. I think this is a B of B. And I think it's probably going to keep going up, probably to about the $100 area to finish off a wave C of wave B. Then it's probably going to go down for the bigger wave C. So right now, I think we are actually going up for a wave C of B on the daily time frame. So we're not at a Fibonacci level. I mean, we are at a Fibonacci extension, but we definitely are not at a Fibonacci retracement level. I definitely don't think there's any reason to think this is over. And at this point, I think it's probably more likely it will on the daily time frame continue to make higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, and just keep on trending up. So definitely would be looking for longs on sort of time frames on that one for sure. Taking it down to silver. I actually think silver, you almost have to go all the way up to the monthly time frame to see what it is I'm seeing, which I think this is an A, I think this is a B, and I think we are going up for a wave C, probably all the way up to about the $36 area. And I actually think this is a wave B also. I think this is an A, B, C, a B, and eventually it probably is going to go back down for a bigger wave C. So with that monthly time frame in mind, because that's definitely where the clarity is for me, going back down to the shorter time frames, I actually think this is like a 1 and this is a big wave 2, and we are in a wave 3 right now. We are passing the Fibonacci level. There's definitely clear sailing. I mean, there's going to be some pullbacks along the way, which actually pullbacks are really good for us because that gives us opportunities to go long again for the continuation of the uptrend. So taking it down to gold. Gold, you also have to go all the way up to the monthly. I think if anybody's seen my most recent gold videos, you know what I'm looking at. But I personally think gold is a 1, a 2, and I think we're in a wave 3 on the monthly. Then if you go down to like the daily time frame, you start seeing the subdivisions if you zoom out a little bit. I think this right here is the big wave 1 and the big wave 2 I just showed you. And then this is a now in a wave 3, and this is a subdivision. This is a 1 of 3, this is a 2 of 3, and we're now in a wave 3 of wave 3. My target on gold is around $2,500 minimum. It actually could go quite a bit higher than that. We're definitely not at a Fibonacci level. We definitely don't have any breaker structure. I am 100% doing nothing but looking for longs on the shorter time frames. Like I said, every single day during my Zoom meetings, I do a full top-down analysis on every single one of these pairs, and we do look for trades as a group together in the Zoom meetings. We take trades all the time in the Zoom meetings. So anyways, let's keep going. Let's move on to these Forex pairs. To me, the Kiwi Swiss actually looks like it's forming some sort of a WXY. It looks like 1, 2, 3 waves up, 1, 2, 3 waves down, 1, 2, 3 waves up. I think we might be due for a move to the downside, which would probably even take out these lows. And if it really is a WXY, it would actually probably go down and take out these lows. I would really like to see a little bit of a more evidence, like a nice engulfing move to the downside to really prove that this wave Y is over. But I think with the big spike reversal that we have at the 100% Fibonacci extension, we probably do have enough proof to say that the wave Y is over, and that we're at least going to go down and take out these lows, and probably even eventually go down and take out these lows. So you're probably better off looking for shorts on the shorter time frames. The Kiwi CAD, and when this move originally started up, I was like, oh, this is very clearly a 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's going to go down again for a wave 5. But looking at the Aussie CAD for correlated pairs, I think it's pretty clear that this probably is the end of a correction. And if this is the end of a correction, this is definitely going to turn into an uptrend, which will eventually take out these highs. And if this really is a 1, a 2, and a wave 3, like it looks like it is on the weekly and the monthly, then this thing is due for a big, big, big uptrend, which will be lots and lots of pips to the upside. Moving on to the CAD Swiss. The CAD Swiss definitely did make a pretty impulsive engulfing move to the downside. Definitely does have a break of structure, which is why I am looking for shorts. But I'm going to be very cautious about looking for shorts because I think there's a very good chance it's going to bounce off a fib level and actually go back up. I still think it needs to take out the high of wave 4. So I am definitely looking for shorts on shorter time frames. But if I see evidence that this move down is over, that is a correction and the correction is complete, then I will definitely stop looking for shorts and I will definitely start looking for longs again. But for now, definitely on the short side. The Aussie Kiwi, man, this has been an awesome, awesome trade. We entered a lot of it. We entered this trade way down in here originally, but boy, it is a very, very nice trade. Now we are back at support level, so I mean, you would think that this would go down. We are at the 261.8% Fibonacci extension. You would think that it would make a pullback, which I was hoping it would make a decent pullback because at the end of that pullback, it would be an awesome opportunity to go long again for the continuation of the uptrend. There's definitely no signs of a pullback starting. We are at a previous high right here, so you would think that it would, but it doesn't have to pull back here. I mean, it could easily just keep on drifting up towards my target all the way up here. So definitely looking for longs on these shorter time frames. So it's like I said during my Zoom meetings, I go all the way down to at least a 1 hour time frame for the full top-down analysis of all these pairs that I'm showing you as of right now. So if you do want to join my membership, it is FXPipCollector.com. It is $30 per month, and I do share my swing trades with the group at the time of entry. Moving on to the Aussie Swiss. A lot of these Swiss pairs definitely do have that little 3, 4, 5 shape that you see at the end of pretty much every trend if you're on the correct time frame. I do think that we're in a wave C right now. I don't really see any evidence that the wave C is over. I mean, it definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shape. If it actually does make an engulfing move to the downside, then I will definitely stop looking for longs and start looking for shorts. But until it actually does prove to me that it is going down by making a big engulfing move to the downside, I personally am definitely looking for longs on these sort of time frames. At least until the daily time frame tells me otherwise, which it has not done so yet. The Aussie CAD, like I said, I use the Aussie CAD to help me trade the Kiwi CAD. I still think this is most likely an ABC correction right here. This first uptrend I think looks like a 1. I think this right here looks like a wave A. I think this is 1, 2, 3 waves up for a wave B, and I think this is a downtrend. It just made a higher low. You do get higher low wave C's actually quite a bit in the market. I think this is an ABC of 2. I think this big impulsive move up is clearly the end of a correction, and it possibly is the beginning of a wave 3. If it is the beginning of a wave 3 on these higher time frames, it will definitely start making higher highs, higher lows. Definitely looking for longs on sort of time frame at the end of pullbacks. So the pound kiwi, I'm actually very bullish on the pound kiwi. My target is in this blue box up here that you can barely even see because it's so high. I actually think this is a wave 3, I think this is a wave 4, and I think we're in a wave 5. Wave 5s can often be very overlapping, like ending diagonal type trends. So for me, it makes a lot of sense that it is going down, because wave 5s are very often overlapping. I am definitely looking for shorts right now, but the second this thing gives me any proof at all that this is going back up, especially on shorter time frames, like an engulfing move to the upside, a break of structure to the upside, a three-way pattern to the downside with a Fibonacci bounce would definitely be proof enough for me to stop looking for shorts and start looking for longs again. For now, I'm definitely looking for shorts. It could turn into a bigger move to the downside before it goes up, or it could just keep on going up from here. We definitely should be able to recognize it when the correction is over, and we definitely will be getting in to go long once we believe that the correction really is over. The pound Aussie is very similar to the pound Kiwi, obviously, just a little bit different. I still think this is a wave 1. I still think this is like an ABCDE pattern. I still think we're in a wave 2, and I still think there's a very, very good likelihood that this is also going to go up for a wave 3. Same thing as the pound Kiwi. I think this is a 3, I think this is a 4, and I think we're in a 1, 2, and then eventually 3 of wave 5 based on like the weekly time frame. So I'm definitely looking for shorts, but I am definitely looking for evidence that this wave 2 is over on sort of time frames, so that way I can stop looking for shorts and start looking for longs again. But for now, definitely on the short side until I see proof otherwise. The pound Swiss, like I said, we do have that 3, 4, 5 shape on pretty much all the Swiss pairs. Does kind of look like it could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, the thing I'm sticking to is that most wave 3s do go to the 161.8% Fibonacci extension of wave 1 projected out the bottom of wave 2, which is why I'm really not too keen on going short. I think that this could be another higher low, and it's actually going to go up towards the 161.8 before we actually do see the end of this move and before we actually start looking for shorts in a downtrend. Definitely, as of now, looking for longs in a uptrend. The pound Canadian. I also think the pound Canadian is going up, and it's very, very choppy. But what do we need to notice is it's definitely higher lows, higher lows, higher lows. It's definitely an uptrend. I still think that this one is also going up, and I think this also has a long ways to go to the upside. We got a big engulfing move. We're about to break structure probably next week. I think we need to be looking for longs on sort of time frames for sure. So let's head down to the Yo Kiwi. Yo Kiwi, just like the pound Kiwi, I think is in a wave 5 right now. I think this is a wave 4. I think this is a wave 3. A, B, C, D, E of 4. I think this is a 1. I think this is a 2. And this is all subdivisions of a wave 5, which I actually think is going to end up probably someplace up in this area, right around where I get that blue box. I believe we are in a wave 3, and I am definitely looking for longs on sort of time frames. The Yo Aussie, just like the pound Aussie, I think we're in a correction. This one I'm calling a WXY because to me it looks like 3 waves down, 3 waves up, 3 waves down. I think it's a WXY, and the wave Y doesn't necessarily have to take out the low of wave W. It could definitely make a higher low. I am definitely looking for shorts still because, I mean, it could easily stretch out into a bigger move to the downside before it actually does turn up. But I am definitely looking for evidence, especially on sort of time frames, that this wave Y of wave 2 is over. Then I would definitely stop looking for shorts and start looking for longs again. I think this has a lot and lots of upside potential. The euro pound is actually a trade I've been holding on to pretty much all week long. If you go all the way down to the 30-minute time frame, this is what a trade that I'm still holding. We were all the way up to about 5 to 1, but right now I'm sitting on a 4 to 1 risk to reward ratio, and I don't have any plans on getting out of this trade because I actually think there's a good chance that it is a wave, the end of a wave C right here. And if this is the end of a wave C, I'm potentially looking at about a 23 to 1 risk to reward ratio on this trade. This is the type of swing trades that I share with my group at the time of entry. Any of my members that were in my group, I shared this entry at the time of entry, way down here. And like I said, I'm not getting out of this trade. I'm looking for a 23 to 1 risk to reward ratio on this trade. It might take a few weeks, it could even take a few months, but that's okay, especially when you're talking about such a big risk to reward. I'm hoping that this is the end of a wave C right here. It's really not proven that it really is. There's always a chance that it could go down again, and if it does, it's not too big of a deal. But if it really is the end of a wave C, not only is it going to go up and take out this high, but it's probably also going to take out that high. So we're talking about hundreds of pips to the upside if we are correct about this move. Definitely looking for longs to add to the position on shorter time frames. Just like the other Swiss pairs, the Euro Swiss has that 345 shape that you see at the top of pretty much every single trend. Most of these trends look to me like a wave 3. So even if it does end the trend, I think it needs to make a 4 and a 5 just to end the trend. But I still don't see any evidence that it's over. I mean, it could easily just keep on drifting up. This big old hammer candle right there doesn't tell me any useful information at all that this is actually going down, and I'm definitely still looking for longs in sort of time frames. USDCAD, I think the USDCAD is awesome. A lot of the members of my group are long on this thing since like way down here. Perfect little trade. I think this is very clearly a wave 1. I think this is a wave 2. I think this is a 1 of 3. I think this is a 2 of 3. And I think this thing's going to go up and take out these highs, potentially turn into a big wave 3 trend on the much longer time frames. So then now let's move on to the dollar pairs and the yen pairs, which is probably most people's favorites. So probably gold is also included on that list, which we already did. Now, like I said, I do share my analysis with everybody in my members area. If you are interested in joining my Zoom meetings, which I do every single weekday, the link for that is right here. It's fxpipcollector.com, $30 a month. A lot of people in my group are making a lot of money. I constantly have people send me messages saying that they made $3,000 on their funded account and they only had to pay me $30 a month. So a lot of people in my group are making a killing in the market and are extremely happy with the membership. You can cancel any time too. You can join for 1 month and cancel if you don't like it. Definitely worth giving it a try in my opinion. Definitely looking for longs. Like I said, a lot of people in my group took this thing right at the bottom, right here, right at the bottom of this move. Perfect entry, and this potentially has a lot of upside potential too. Could even produce another one of those 20 to 1 risk to reward ratios pretty easily. Definitely looking for longs. And I also do analyze these pairs all the way down to at least a 1 hour time frame every single day during those Zoom meetings. And during those Zoom meetings, we do look for trades together as a group. So when I'm talking about the yen pairs, I actually do kind of cruise through them pretty quickly because all the yen pairs to me are very correlated. They're all doing very similar versions of the same thing. Different versions, but very similar versions of the exact same patterns. I still think this is a three-way pattern down. The Swiss is still very weak because they did lower interest rates recently. But eh, I could almost see the Swiss not continuing the uptrend, maybe actually going back down. But all the other yen pairs to me are still very bullish, and this is probably going to continue to be bullish also. I am looking for longs on sort of time frames, but to be honest with you, if I want to go long a yen pair, I definitely wouldn't choose the Swiss yen to go long because the Swiss is very weak as of now. And a lot of the other yen pairs actually did make a big move up. Nice, perfect ABC correction right here. Nice end of a correction. We do have that little 345 shape, but we do not have a breaker structure, which is why I'm still looking for longs. Even though it did make a pretty significant move down, I think it very easily could just keep on going up, at least until the higher time frames, like the daily time frame, tell me otherwise. I am definitely looking for longs on shorter time frames. Every single one of these pairs to me is basically the same. 1, 2, 3 waves down, end of a correction. This should be an uptrend. One thing you have to remember about the yen pairs is we're in about a 4-year uptrend right now on the yen pairs on the weekly and monthly time frame. So yeah, there's definitely some money to be made on some of these sorts, but the bigger profits, the better, easier trades are definitely going to be looking for longs at the end of every single pullback you see for the continuation of a 4-year uptrend on the higher time frames. Aussie yen, same type of thing. Nice little ABC correction. Perfect little ABC, just like all these little ABCs we've had in the past. That's exactly where looking to get in. No evidence that it's over yet. Definitely still looking for longs on shorter time frames. Pound yen, same type of thing. We had a big push down last week, but it was just a correction to the uptrend. One, two, three waves down. ABC, higher low, higher low. I think we're in an uptrend, and I am definitely very bullish on all the yen pairs. Every single one of them, basically same story. One, two, three waves down, end of an ABC, uptrend we go. Definitely looking for longs on shorter time frames, which is why I actually do really like trading the yen pairs because they are very correlated. It's very easy to figure out the patterns on the yen pairs because they're so correlated. And I definitely consider the dollar yen more of a yen pair than a dollar pair. We had another big ABC back here. We've been sitting at this 100% Fibonacci extension level basically for almost 2 weeks now, it seems like, but the trend is definitely still up, and I'm definitely still bullish. Definitely still looking for longs on shorter time frames. Now moving on to the dollar pairs. The U.S. dollar Swiss, it did make a pretty significant turn down, but so far it hasn't broken structure. I do think there's a pretty good chance that it is going to break structure, and there's a pretty good chance probably near the beginning of next week, we're going to start looking for shorts again. But we don't know that for sure. This actually could just keep on going up. So since we do not have a structure break, since we do not have a lower high, since we really don't have any reason to think otherwise, I am definitely looking for longs on shorter time frames. US dollar Canadian. Now, technically, I am looking for shorts. Now, the fact that this thing went up and touched this 61% on Friday is awesome for me because now this thing does look like it is prepared to end this wave 2. I've been saying for weeks now that I wish it would have gone up to hit the 61.8% before it made its push down because now it makes total sense because not only did it take out the high of wave 4 like a wave 2 should, but it also has a Fibonacci bounce, and I think there's a pretty good chance this could turn into a downtrend probably this week for a big wave 3. So I'm definitely looking for shorts on shorter time frames. And the Kiwi dollar, I actually think the Kiwi dollar is one of the clearest ones, especially for the dollar pairs, because this is an uptrend. I think it's a 1. This is an A, downtrend for the wave A. This is kind of a WXY ABCDE type thing for the way B. I don't really care how you label it. It's definitely a way B. And this is actually a downtrend for a wave C, and we definitely do have a break of structure. I personally think the wave 2 is over, and I personally think this is just going to keep on trending up. I hope that this really is this big wave 3 that I've been toting about for what seems like almost a year now, because if this really is a big wave 3, we are going to be building a position to the long side, and this is going to be an extremely profitable year for me if all the dollar pairs are in a wave 3 because I will be building a position to the long side and making some major returns on my account this year if this really is a wave 3 like I hope it is. So definitely looking for longs on shorter time frames. Now, some of these other dollar pairs aren't quite so clear, but I think that there is a really good chance that it's over. I think this is a 1. I think this is a wave A. I think this is a wave B, 3 waves up. We definitely got a downtrend for a wave C. It did make a higher low, but wave Cs do quite often make higher lows. I think it's a wave 2. I think we definitely got an impulsive move up with a break of structure. Looks to me like the end of a correction. I hope that this really is now a wave 3, like I said, because we are going to be building a position to the long side and making extreme returns on our account. So moving on to the pound dollar. The pound dollar has actually been one of the strongest pairs over the past few months. As far as the dollar pairs go, because it made a very shallow correction. I think this 5 waves up is a wave 1. I think this is extremely clearly a 5 waves down, leading diagonal wave A. I think this is also very clearly a wave B. It's a higher high than the wave 5, which I would just call an irregular wave B. Almost kind of looks like it could be like a running flat also. A running flat would have a higher high wave B and a higher high wave C, and it's kind of an equal high, but it is a little bit of a higher high, so it probably is a running flat wave ABC correction. So I think this is a 1, I think this is a 2. We do have a breaker structure. I need to see it really go up and really confirm that the wave 2 is over, but boy, it does look like this wave 2 is over. Hopefully we are starting this wave 3. We need more confirmation coming into the week, whether this really is the beginning of a wave 3 or not, but I am definitely leaning towards the idea that this is a wave 3 and that this is the end of a correction, and I'm definitely looking for longs on these shorter time frames. Now, I'm definitely not really a scalper. I don't really scalp much. I'm definitely more of a swing trader, but I do scalp the euro dollar. The euro dollar has always been one of my favorite pairs. I do scalp the euro dollar, and we have had some amazing trades on the euro dollar. We at the news on Friday. Me and everybody in my Zoom meeting took a beautiful sort down. We also took some very profitable longs, some very profitable shorts. I didn't take the long on Friday afternoon because I was pretty well done today. I was ready to celebrate the week because I had such a good week. But boy, what a awesome trades we've had over the last, really the last pretty much year. Basically, we've had some amazing trades. I think just like the other ones, I think this is a wave one. I think this is very likely to be a wave A. I think this is very likely to be one, two, three of wave B. I think this is very clearly a downtrend for a wave C. It is a higher high than the wave A, but that definitely doesn't concern me. I just call it an irregular ABC crescent. Looks like a wave two. Hopefully, this week this thing will continue trending up and confirm that this really is the beginning of a wave three. Because, like I said, if it is the beginning of a wave three, we are going to have such a profitable, the rest of the year is going to be such a profitable year, which the beginning of the year has been very profitable too. But a wave three is going to make not only for a very profitable year, but probably an amazingly profitable year if it really is a wave three, because this thing is probably going to literally trend up for probably at least 4 to 6 months if that really is the case. So, like I said, I do analyze all these pairs, not only on the daily, but I do the full top-down analysis in my Zoom meetings that I do for my premium members. Every single pair on this list, I analyze the full top-down analysis every single day in my Zoom meetings. I do live trades with the group at the time of entry. I do these Zoom meetings every single Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, starting at 90-minute meetings, starting at 7:30 a.m. UK time, GMT time. Then I do on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, I do a New York live stream, 90 minutes long, starting at 1 p.m. UK time. And these are live trading sessions right here. Now, the main purpose of the membership for me is definitely to teach people to trade. That's why I call it learn and earn at the same time. I want people to learn the skill of trading. I don't want people just to follow my trades, which is why this is not really a signal service. I do tell people when I'm getting in the group. I do tell people where my stop loss is. I don't tell people where my take profit is because 99% of the time I don't have a take profit. I'm not a big believer in take profits because the last thing I want to do is limit how much money I can make on a trade. And also, it comes with a trading course, which is also located here on my website. I'll click on it so you guys can see. It's about 35 videos long. It's a really good trading course. I spent a couple months working on this trading course last year. 35 videos long, covers everything from structure analysis, Elliot wave, Fibonacci, trading psychology, tuning the frequency of your charts, which I think is the most important thing of Elliot wave, and consistently profitable trader, how to put it all together. So definitely check this out. You get a lot for your money. You definitely get a lot for your money. And I only offer $30 a month membership. You can try the membership for 1 month and cancel it if you want to, but I definitely feel pretty confident that you're not going to cancel, especially when you start following so long with some of my swing trades. I've had many people in the last month or so contact me and say, I pay you $30 a month for membership and I made 3,000. I had somebody else say they made $3,400 on their funded account. So you're paying $30 a month and you potentially have the amount of money to make pretty much endless amounts of money. So I like to keep it cheap because I want to keep it affordable. I don't want to be one of those deuce gurus you see on YouTube, trading gurus, those douchebags with the Lamborghinis, making millions of dollars selling trading courses. I want to get rich from my trading. I want to make millions of dollars from my trading. I don't want to make millions of dollars from selling trading courses, which is why the trading course is 100% free with the membership. So, like I said, $30 a month gets you access to everything. If you're interested in that, the website is FXPipCollector.com. Definitely join my Discord channel if you have more questions. That's the best way to contact me. The Discord channel itself is 100% free to join. The link for that is in the chats also, or in the description. It's 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime. And it is definitely the quickest and best way to contact me. I'm very active on Discord. So anyways, if you have any questions, join my free Discord channel, contact me. If you'd like to sign up for my membership, the link for that is in the description of the video, but it's pretty easy to remember, fxpipcollector.com. So as always, I hope everybody enjoys the weekend, and as always, thank you and happy trading to everybody.